All right, so the 2019 Royal Rumble. I don't know about you, but I'm really excited for it. I thought last year's Rumble was amazing, and I hope that this Rumble can overtake that.
Last year's Rumble was the actual Rumbles themselves were great, but the title matches are pretty lackluster. But this whole card in general looks pretty great. Like the, you know what I feel like the title matches themselves is what I'm excited about. Like last year, I was excited about
Yeah,
the Rumble, but this year I'm excited about the title matches we have.
I'm excited
That
for all of them, even the cruiserweight matches and all that. I'm excited
yeah,
for
everything.
everything. So,
Hopefully that's not on the pre-show though, but started up.
well, what is going to be on the pre-show is most likely Rusev versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, I've been kind of disappointed with the fact that they dropped the belt from Shinsuke because I thought he had an amazing run and I thought he could have kept going with it. But Rusev is pretty good, so I can't complain about that. But I don't know, like, have you seen SmackDown lately? His promos have been kind of bad. Like,
Who's Rusev's?
it's been kind of cringy. Is that just his character, or is it?
No, I think it is a bit of his character, but it's a bit of him as well. But I know you said you're disappointed about Shinsuke dropping the title, but I actually think that's a really good thing because, I mean, not to go too far down the line, but I don't see Bryan fighting Miz at Mania, and you're
Yeah.
really not left with a lot of babyface options.
Hmm.
But no, I'm Rusev. His time is gone. Like the whole gimmick is just not funny anymore. It's not
Yeah.
enjoyable.
I mean, I think he's definitely over in a lot because he gets the reactions and everything. So maybe I'm just missing something. But I'm not.
No,
I like his ring work. I think his character can still use a lot more work. Like he can't. He's not like WWE title material in my opinion.
I mean the thing is he's a great worker, and the Rusev Day stuff is entertaining, but I feel like it's only as entertaining as his opponent. Like this rivalry's been actual dog shit,
Yeah.
and that's obviously not Rusev or Shinsuke to blame because they both can have great matches. I remember when Shinsuke first came onto the main roster, he had a match with him that was really good, but I don't like this match. I don't care for, and it's kind of upsetting how little I care for either one of them now.
Yeah.
When I was so excited for both of them. I mean, I remember when Rusev had that match with AJ Styles, and I'm like, oh, this could be something like big, and then of course nothing happened.
Honestly, I
But
don't even know if I'm gonna like this is if it's gonna be on the pre-show. I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it to be honest.
no, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a throwaway match, and we already know like how it's gonna be incredibly predictable. And pre-show matches are generally not that amazing, so Rusev's gonna
Well,
retain. He's not gonna make
you
him tap
can't
out though. He's probably gonna just be like a Machka kick, and that's it.
can't
Um,
say the pre-show matches aren't good because when we went to SummerSlam last year, the best match on the night
oh yeah,
was the pre-show tag
the
match,
Usos and the
not
New
the
Day.
six man,
Yeah,
not the six man when it was the empty arena match, but the tag match was great. But no, yeah, that match is gonna be whack. Um, that it's definitely gonna. But I'm not. I know the next match is gonna be Buddy Murphy versus Kalisto versus Tozawa versus Atami. I really hope that's not on the pre-show.
it might be on the pre-show because
I don't.
they usually don't have cruiserweight matches on the main show. It's usually always on the pre-show.
They
The only exception
did.
being those network shows like the Saudi Arabian one and the Australian one. But
Which
generally speaking, it's usually on the pre-show.
what was the last pay-per-view? I'm drawing a blank. I have.
The last
It
pay-per-view
was.
was
It was
um you mean that the
Buddy
cruiserweights were
Murphy.
in?
Yeah, but Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali was on the main card. It was a good
Yeah,
TLC. It
yeah.
was at TLC. That
Yeah.
was that was a great match. Like that was a really. I just think 205 Live is amazing, and I don't think they should change anything about it other than just putting it on like the main show. Like,
What do you think
but
about
the
what they've been doing with Mustafa Ali, putting him on the main roster?
great. I think he's gonna have a great Royal Rumble
Yeah. I think what
performance.
they've been doing with him has been great so far. He could get like a U.S. title reign or something down the line. Why not?
He should. He should. He definitely should. He should also challenge Brian. But who do you think's winning the cruiserweight match?
So it's Buddy Murphy versus Akira Tozawa versus Hideo Itami versus Kalisto. Um, I mean, I feel like they just put the belt on Buddy Murphy for that Australian show. I know he's been doing really good lately, but I feel like that was the main reason. I don't see Akira Tozawa getting the belt again because when he had the belt the last time when he beat Neville, it was very underwhelming, and I don't think his character's developed enough to actually like carry the division.
Yeah.
So I think
No, he's
Tozawa's
not.
out. I think Kalisto was also not very impressive as a champion either. And Hideo Itami is good, but I don't think he's gonna win either. I think Buddy Murphy's gonna retain. What about you?
Yeah, Buddy's definitely going to retain, but I wouldn't mind seeing them put it on Hideo before he leaves to go wrestle somewhere else. But yeah, Buddy's definitely. I just think it's going to be a great match, though. If this is pushed to the pre-show, I'm only watching it if it's more than 10 minutes. If it's not more than 10 minutes, I'm not watching it because you have 4 dudes in there. Buddy Murphy's crazy good. Kalisto flies all over the place, but these are 4 guys who need to get their shit in, and if you give it less than 10 minutes, I don't think 10 minutes is enough, but if you give it such a short amount of time, it's just going to be a clusterfuck, and I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I agree. So, but we pretty much agree with Buddy Murphy retaining.
Yeah, Buddy Murphy.
So far we have the same predictions. Yeah, we believe Rusev and Buddy Murphy are going to retain. So next match would be The Burr versus The Miz and Shane McMahon.
Listen, man. You know what? I don't know. I really don't know. Honestly, I'm super excited for this match because I just think it's so ridiculous. I love it.
It's like as ridiculous as Shane McMahon winning that World Cup in the first place.
Dude, it's the best in the world in The Miz versus The Bar. And I'm genuinely excited because I could see them winning, but I could also see them getting screwed. And here's the thing. So it can go either way. They could win, right? And then they could lose it afterwards. I would assume this is building to a match against Shane and Miz. Yeah. I would have to. I don't see any other reason for this existing.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, it's okay. Do you give them the titles and you build from there, or do you have like one of them fuck up and then they feud from there? So I don't know. I really don't know which one to go with. So I'm just gonna pick Shane and The Miz for shock factor, but I don't think it makes much sense for them to win if the goal is to have them fight at Mania. If it's not, and it's for them to be a legitimate tag team, which is not happening, I'm just going with Shane and The Miz. But I
think
don't
if
think
they
win
it, they'll probably do the same thing that they did like with the Wyatt family, booking like when they had Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt win the tag titles. Remember when Randy Orton was with the Wyatt family years ago, and it was just to build up a WrestleMania match. So if they win, it was going to be short. It's going to be a short reign no matter what. I don't think The Miz and Shane are going to be champions at WrestleMania, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not sure because, I mean, then again, the tag team division is kind of like stale at this point. Even though it's kind of ridiculous having The Miz and Shane McMahon at WrestleMania as the champions. I mean, what else are they going to do? The Bar versus the Usos again? New Day versus Usos again? So maybe they should just have the club. Yeah, well, you know how they...
Although, I think they asked for their release. Well, you know what? I don't know if they did or not. I can believe the Revival asking for their release, but the club, just because I don't even know who reported that. If you want me to be honest with you, I saw it on Instagram, so I don't know if it was Dave. I don't know who it was, but... Even if it was Dave who reported that, I don't know if I fully believe that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but this match I'm kind of less certain about than the other matches on the card because it could go... I'm going to go with... My gut, though, it tells me Miz and Shane's going to win. I just don't know what direction they're going to go with WrestleMania. Yeah, I think they're going to win.
I mean, I think they're going to win. I picked them to win because I want them to win, but I don't think they're
I'm
actually
also sick of the Bar at this point. They should break up.
He needs... Cesaro needs a solo run.
Yeah, and Sheamus, whatever. Can you believe Sheamus is like 41 already?
And he has back problems and shit.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna retire soon. And Cesaro's up there in age, but if more likely than not, he's probably just gonna go to another company. But then again, his wife is like a big deal in NXT. Like she's a trainer, so I don't know.
Who's his wife?
Sarah? I forget what her name is. Sarah Del Rey, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever her name was. What was her name?
I don't know. It's not even important.
Yeah, but I remember his wife was is like the main women trainer in NXT, like for the Performance Center. So that's that. Then it's gonna be. What's probably going to be next? Probably one of the women's matches. Probably Asuka versus Becky Lynch is going to go after that.
Asuka's winning.
Yeah, I think Asuka's probably gonna win because they're obviously booking something with Ronda Rousey, Charlotte, and Becky. I don't know. I mean, we're obviously not gonna talk about the women's Royal Rumble quite yet, but I think
All you need to know is the man is really going to be the winner in the end. Charlotte.
So if Asuka retains, because who do you think Asuka's gonna fight at WrestleMania then? Like, who's on SmackDown that's like really good that they have a great match with?
No one.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone. Like, that sounds messed up, but I think it's true. Like,
I mean, what do you have? You have Becky, Charlotte, which Becky and Charlotte are probably going to be involved in a triple threat with Ronda, the main event.
Naomi.
I mean, I guess
she's good, but I'm not too excited about that prospect, like of that match between them.
I'm not excited about anything, to be honest with you, in regards to I really don't care. I only care about Becky.
I mean,
because
they like the women. They have the Lana, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay on SmackDown. Naomi, Zelina Vega, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and then you have Asuka,
unless
Becky and Charlotte. I
they
don't
might
know.
do like a multi-woman match.
Yeah, they could, and then Asuka would just retain though.
Have Asuka fuck everyone up, call someone up from NXT the next night, and squash Asuka or some shit. Do something like that.
Like a Shayna Baszler or something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
What?
I mean, we'll have a better
Becky's-
idea when we get closer to WrestleMania what they're doing.
Yeah, but Becky's not losing clean though, for certain.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, probably not because Asuka hasn't been booked too great lately. But
I mean, even if she wasn't booked too great, why would she lose clean?
But I don't see the reason for Ronda to interfere or for Charlotte to interfere in that match.
I do.
Because Ronda has her own match to worry about. Sasha Banks, which
Ronda,
we'll talk about.
Ronda won't interfere.
And then
but I think
Charlotte's going to be in the
will.
Royal Rumble, so why would she want to interfere in the women's match? You know what I mean?
Because didn't Becky fought Charlotte to get this title defense? She fought Charlotte and someone else and won.
I
and
mean,
Charlotte's a bitch.
if anything, you're going to have more chance of there being an interference in Ronda's match than anything else. Because remember,
I don't think so.
Remember, Becky Lynch and Charlotte were thrown off the ladder by Ronda Rousey. So if anyone's going to initiate the feud after that, it's going to be Becky or Charlotte, not instead of Ronda.
You got to put an asterisk next to both of these because we could both be wrong. Becky Lynch wins the title, Sasha beats Ronda, and then Ronda wins the Rumble. And then like it could just go so many different ways with all three of them, which is a great thing. Like because it starts discussions because
Yeah,
you
but
don't know
I'm
which
pretty
way it's
sure
going.
Asuka's going to win because I think they put the belt on Asuka for a reason, not just for her for them to promote like a feud with Ronda Rousey, but for another reason. I think because they don't want Becky with the title. They don't want Charlotte with the title. They want someone else. That's why Asuka was throwing that match. So I think Asuka's going to retain. There might be some shenanigans, but I'm not too sure. We'll see.
What do you think's winning, Sasha or Ronda? I'm pretty sure it's Ronda.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Ronda. There's no way Sasha's going to win. I think she was only put in the match because there have been reports
Just
that
to give her a good match.
she's unhappy with her position in the company. I mean, she's just been in like a whole thing with Bayley for the past 2 years at this point.
Dude, she's gonna win the fucking women's tags title. She'll be okay.
Yeah, but it's going to be a good match, but Ronda's going to win clean, definitely.
I don't think there's much more to say about that. We all know at the end of the day, no matter who wins either one of those two matches, the main event is only Ronda and Becky, Ronda and Charlotte, or a triple threat. That's the main event, so it doesn't even matter what happens.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a good match, though. I'm looking forward to it, even if it's predictable, Ronda and Sasha.
I think it'll be a great match.
So let's talk about Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. They actually had a really good match at TLC.
Yeah, match of the weekend. I think it's match of the weekend. I think Daniel Bryan is like, I don't like a lot of people said when he turned heel, like he wouldn't be a good heel. And I'm just like, have you not seen him in Ring of Honor?
Oh,
like,
he's been amazing. Yeah.
Daniel Bryan can be, I love Daniel Bryan.
Like we were talking about this
Hurt.
off camera or whatever you want to call this podcast. We were talking about how the Daniel Bryan's heel gimmick with his anti-consumerism and his all that stuff, his environmentalism, it reminds us a lot of CM Punk's straight edge gimmick back in 2009, 2010. I think there are definitely a lot of parallels between those two. And that was very entertaining back then. I think Daniel Bryan, he's really revitalized his career. He's like reinvented himself, kind of like Jericho in the list almost.
Gonna let him wrestle.
Yeah, they finally let him wrestle. I mean, that was it. But remember, like when they did let him wrestle, he was kind of like, Daniel Bryan would come out and I'd be like, yay, at first, and now it's kind of like
And people stopped caring.
they gave him a thing with Big Cass that was a total flop, and then he had a program with the Miz for a little bit, and it was just his return has been overwhelming until he won the title.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, I felt like his career was just like totally on the wrong track. I think this heel turn was great for him. And I think, even if AJ Styles is going to drop, he's not going to be in a title picture for a while. He's going to have a program with Randy Orton probably.
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
And that's going to be a great match.
There's nothing wrong with him putting over Daniel Bryan.
I mean, you can't complain. He held the title for over a damn year. You can't complain.
Yeah, he's had 2 great title wins. He's had the 3rd best first year of anyone ever. So
yeah, he had some good matches too. I mean, the Samoa Joe match wasn't bad.
The Shinsuke matches weren't bad. They were in New Japan, but I mean, we're in a completely different company, so the expectations are a bit too different. But no, he's had great matches, so I don't see an issue with this.
I still think the best match AJ Styles has ever had in WWE so far was probably with John Cena.
If not Cena, yeah, probably Cena.
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean, he had a great match with Roman Reigns too, back when he first joined WWE.
Roman, Cena, Jericho, he's been on fire. But I think
the only time AJ Styles has had a bad match was probably his feud with Kevin Owens.
Yeah, those two just didn't. No, their match at SummerSlam was good, but everything else beforehand, it just didn't click.
I remember we saw that match. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I don't even remember it that much. I remember the Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt was a thing back then. That was pretty bad.
Yeah,
I fell asleep basically during that. But
that was a squat.
So yeah, we agreed that Daniel Bryan's going to retain. You think it's going to be clean? You think it's going to be like a nut kick?
Yeah, it's clean. It's clean. It
technically was clean last time. He did like a roll up pin, so I think he's going to win clean. Yeah.
If it's not clean, he'll like knock him out and then put him in the bell lock or some shit. Like it'll, but it won't be. It won't be too heelish. But I think they should have him win clean. Give him a running knee to the face.
Yeah.
And have him win.
All right, so
put him over strong.
We haven't really disagreed that much so far. But we're probably going to disagree on the Royal Rumble, so we'll see about that. But Brock Lesnar versus Finn Balor for the Universal Championship.
Brock. But
yeah,
I really think
it's still a very exciting match, though. No matter who wins.
This is far-fetched, but I really think if Finn is coming out as the Demon, which I'm 90% sure he is, he's going to have the most offense on him since CM Punk. Yeah. I don't think they're going to book that character weak because if you notice, basically because if you notice, he's only been the Demon like 2 or 3 times. That one time against Seth, against Bray, and against AJ.
Yeah.
So obviously this is going to be the Demon's first loss on the main roster, but they seem to take that character serious.
Yeah,
so
like
I would
you ever
assume
play
get some good
the
offense.
2K games? They have 2 different wrestlers. They have the Finn Balor and the Demon Finn Balor. And the Demon Finn Balor has like a 90-something rating, and the regular Finn Balor has like an 87. So I guess that kind of reflects that the Demon is like this big deal.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
But I think he's going to be taking a suplex that he's going to get F5'd. It's not going to be like he's not going to be totally destroyed like Daniel Bryan was at first. Remember, because Daniel Bryan was pretty much just being thrown all over the place, and then he kicked Brock Lesnar in the balls, and that's how he got back in the match. It's probably going to be more even than that.
I think so. It would make sense because if you want to put him over, you could put him over super strong and have him lose the match.
Yeah.
You could. He doesn't need to fucking win.
I'm just glad he's back in the title picture, even if it's for temporary.
Just needs to look good, but
if Lesnar retains, then because you know how all the pay-per-views are multi-branded now. So the Elimination Chamber is kind of going to be weird because you're going to have you have men and women now. So I think they're going to have 1 men and 1 women. They're probably going to have the men's match be for the WWE title because Lesnar ain't going to defend in the Chamber, and the women match might be for the Raw belt or the SmackDown belt. I don't know. Maybe the Raw belt. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, that's going to be.
But Lesnar's definitely not going to be in the Chamber, and he's definitely not going to lose the title. So. That's probably how that's going to go down. It's going to be a great match, though, and it's going to be pretty crazy. then again, who knows what they're doing with Lesnar, because he originally the plan was for Roman Reigns to be carrying the belt for a while, and then that whole thing happened. Lesnar wasn't really supposed to be back in the title picture, so who knows?
I think because the Women's Rumble is next, they announced everyone already. They did.
Yeah, let me
Oh
take
wait,
a
no,
look
no.
at that.
They didn't announce everyone. They announced 21
they're
people.
gonna announce them. Yeah, they're gonna announce them. I think today's the day that they're announcing all of them. Actually,
It is, yeah. They announced 21. Carmella, Nikki Cross, Nia Jax, Lana, Dana Brooke, Billie Kay, Peyton, Tamina, Naomi, Charlotte, Zelina, Sonya, blah, 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 blah. I don't think they're going to announce all 30. And I think if they do announce all 30, someone's getting... Listen, man, Becky Lynch is winning this Rumble. There's just no other way around it.
Yeah? You think Becky's winning? I think Charlotte's winning.
Becky is going to either... Well, first of all, I don't think Carmella's coming out at number 30. I think they're going to do something stupid with R-Truth.
Yeah, I was going to say that, actually, yeah.
I think maybe R-Truth is going to run out, and I would actually really enjoy that. But, no, I think Becky's winning. Becky's beating the shit out of someone to get a spot because she's going to get screwed over, and then she's going to win. Or potentially, I'm just throwing out a random name because let's say Becky doesn't win. Someone on SmackDown, I don't know, Liv Morgan, whoever it would be, would win the Rumble to fight Asuka, and then after that, they would have the Elimination Chamber to see who would fight Ronda, and then it would go down to Becky and Charlotte.
Yeah.
They could do that too, potentially, but I still go with Becky either way.
Yeah, that might happen. Yeah.
No, they might throw us a swerve and say, all right, here's the SmackDown lady who's going to fight Asuka winning, and then it'll come down to Charlotte and Becky in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, it's definitely either Charlotte or Becky. It can't be anyone else. I can't think of anyone else who could win the Royal Rumble and it making sense.
Yeah, no, I can't think of anyone either.
Yeah.
Honestly.
All right, so let's finish this off with the men's Royal Rumble.
Who's winning?
So let's just go over the participants so far. I think these are the ones that have been announced. So it's R-Truth at number 30, like we said. But who knows what they're gonna do with
Which he's not really number 30. Listen, number 30. I don't think number 30. I think number 31 maybe once or twice, right?
Yeah.
But number 30 is a very surprising spot. They're not going to make it R-Truth. I remember one year they announced Goldberg is number 30 in 2004. It's like, oh, fuck, Goldberg's coming out at number 30. There's a big difference between number 30 Goldberg and number 30 R-Truth being announced.
I remember last year, number 30 was Dolph Ziggler because, remember, he relinquished the U.S. title and then he said...
And then he came out.
Yeah.
And then he fucking got eliminated in 10 seconds. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, what a joke. And people wonder why no one takes Ziggler seriously anymore. So he's going to be in the match, maybe not, but Drew McIntyre's definitely going to be in the match. The New Day, all three members, Seth Rollins, Jeff Hardy, Dean Ambrose, Bobby Lashley, Samoa Joe, John Cena, Elias, Baron Corbin, Jinder Mahal, Apollo Crews, Andrade, no Cien Almas anymore, which I don't know what to think about that.
Whatever.
Mustafa Ali, Rey Mysterio. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's 18 people announced so far. Is there anyone you could think of that's missing that should be in there?
So I didn't pay attention. Did you mention Dean and Seth or no?
I mentioned Dean Ambrose and Seth. I didn't see Randy Orton in there. I think Randy Orton should be in there.
If Randy Orton, yeah, no, probably. But
Rusev and Shinsuke might also be in there.
People are thinking if Braun is cleared, he might win, and I really hope that doesn't happen.
That would be pretty bad, honestly.
Braun to me Braun's been stale for a while. Braun has been stale before that Hell in a Cell match that he had with Roman.
Yeah.
Braun just hasn't been.
So what do you think of who do you think some of the surprise entrants will be? Besides the people who are obviously not officially announced, but they were in matches before, let's say a Miz or Shane McMahon or Shinsuke. They're obviously going to be in a match. Aleister Black, you think? Maybe Velveteen?
Batista. No, I don't think Velveteen. I think Aleister, maybe Matt Riddle, and Batista. I can't think of
because remember last year they had Adam Cole in the Royal Rumble,
which was fucking amazing. Who do you think's going to be the the star of this year's Royal Rumble besides the winner.
Besides Kofi Kingston, right?
Yeah, that too. I'm actually watching the best Royal Rumble right now ever, 2001.
Yeah.
This is actually the best Royal Rumble pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's
And
when
just the
Stone
Rumble
Cold was
match
taken
itself.
out. Yeah. And he was out most of the match. That one, right?
No, no. This is where it was him and Kane. Kane eliminated 11 people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Triple H beat him up a bit before he went back. Yeah, but he was there. He was only out for a few minutes. But yeah, this
And
is
he
the best
won.
Royal Rumble match ever.
No one's ever going to beat Stone Cold's record.
I would fucking hope not.
Yeah. I think
Who's the star of this year's Rumble?
I think Drew McIntyre is going to do really good in the Rumble. He's not going to win, but he's going to do really good.
I think. Well, Rollins is winning.
Also,
so
I think
Rollins,
Kurt Angle's going to be in there.
Yeah, of course. I think Rollins is winning, and I think the star of it, honestly, if they really want to make like new stars, like they're talking about this new generation shit, fucking give Mustafa Ali or like Aleister Black like a good amount of time, a good amount of eliminations. Like you don't have to be getting offense, but like put Mustafa Ali in the top, like the first 5 to come out, and let him go till the end.
I remember last year, Andrade did amazing in the Rumble.
Yeah, Andrade did really well. I think it went like 20 or 30 minutes.
I think maybe you could have Adam Cole be in the Royal Rumble a second time and have him do good also.
I would love to see Cole in there, but I don't think it's happening. Well, you know what? He doesn't have a match. Maybe it is.
Because he had a
Maybe it
match
is.
and they had him in the Royal Rumble for a little bit, but he was in there.
That match with Aleister Black, just saying.
Yeah, I guess
One
Ty
of the best
Dillinger will
NXT
be in
matches.
there. Like, I'm just thinking of random jobbers that haven't been officially.
Ty Dillinger
announced
just
in the
coming out
Royal
at
Rumble.
11. Ty Dillinger just coming out at 11.
Yeah. Remember he was supposed to come out at 10 and then he got attacked and then Sami Zayn replaced him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only remember
Dillinger.
all this so vividly because I just rewatched it, by the way. I'm not like, I don't have a great memory in case anyone's wondering.
Last year's Rumble, I think, was top 5. And I mean, we spoke about this before. I loved how it wasn't down to the final 4. It was the final 6 that mattered.
Yeah.
Like, it was very different.
It was
It
John
wasn't
Cena, Randy Orton, Mysterio, kind of like the old guys versus the new guys, Shinsuke, Finn,
Yeah.
and Roman.
And that was enjoyable because it was, you don't see that a lot. You don't see a final 6. You don't, usually the focus is on final 4.
Yeah,
But-
but you think Rollins is going to win, you said?
Yeah, I don't see, and this is Rollins is winning, but then here's the thing: what's going on? I think it's Braun. I think it's Seth and Brock at Mania. But where does that leave Bryan? Because I don't think him and The Miz are fighting.
I don't know, because I'm looking at the guys in SmackDown. You see Jeff Hardy. That's probably not. No, that doesn't seem likely. Samoa Joe, he's a heel. Heel on heel makes no sense. Rey Mysterio, I don't know. You think they're going to do Rey Mysterio versus Daniel Bryan?
No,
So who else could they be? Maybe turn Shinsuke Nakamura face? We were talking about that, right?
I think. I mean, who else is there? Because yeah, there's no one else. AJ. I mean, unless you do AJ again, which I wouldn't be against.
I don't
Honestly,
think they're going to
but-
do it. I think they're going to have AJ have a feud with Randy.
Yeah, they're having AJ fight Randy, which
Because
I think
Randy finished his feud with Rey Mysterio, right? Because now Rey Mysterio is feuding with Andrade, I believe.
no, it's Joe's feuding with what
Joe's
the fuck?
feuding with
I'm
Jeff.
thinking of Mustafa. Yeah.
And
No,
Mustafa.
Joe's feuding with Mustafa now, but yeah, he's feuding with Andrade, which they've been having crazy matches on
So
SmackDown.
Randy Orton's whole thing is I'm attacking everyone's favorite wrestler, so he'll attack AJ Styles next, I'm sure.
Yeah, basically. But who? So other than Shinsuke, like unless it's someone from Raw, but who would it be?
No one. I don't see them doing like no. I think it's gonna be The Miz makes the most sense in my opinion, but I don't know.
I don't think it's happening. I really don't think it's happening. I wouldn't mind it. I would think that'd be great storytelling, and it'd be
But
cool.
I think they need to build him up more because he's not gonna. He's not gonna win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, just I don't know who it would be. I really don't.
Yeah, so
think
that's
they-
our prediction with the men's match, at least, right?
Unless-
You think Rollins is gonna win, and I probably think Rollins is gonna win also.
Rollins has to come out at number 1 or 2 and win.
Yeah,
Like Do the same shit they did with that Iron Man match. Have him be in there, fucking an hour long, just doing great. Like, just give him an hour.
But I'm definitely looking forward to this show, man. It looks like it's going to be really good. I mean, I don't care much for the Rusev Shinsuke thing or the Bar. I mean, the Bar versus Miz and McMahon sounds pretty cool. But I am excited for like pretty much all the title matches. I'm excited for Brock and Finn, even if it may be predictable, and Daniel Bryan. Like we pretty much know what's going to happen in all these matches. We can't see Sasha Banks winning or AJ Styles winning.
Yeah.
But
except the Rumble.
Yeah.
The Rumbles are.
And of course, you got your surprise entrance. Although last year you didn't really have too many surprise entrants, except for what, like the Hurricane or something, right?
No, you had. Oh, I completely forgot about the Hurricane.
Stand back.
The
There's a hurricane spots. Coming through. Yeah.
The chokeslam spot was crazy.
Yeah, that was fun.
So you had the Hurricane. You had Adam Cole. You had Andrade, Mysterio, and.
Yeah, I think most of the surprise entrants will be NXT guys.
Well, you know what? You don't need a lot of surprise entrants
if you have a full roster. Yeah.
Yeah, or like if it's good enough. I mean, like last year I don't think had a lot of surprise entrants, and it was still really good. Okay, here I'm looking it up right now. They didn't have a lot of surprise entrants. I think they only had 4.
Oh, Broken Matt might be in there. I don't know.
That's a possibility. Yeah, no. So they had Adam Cole, Hurricane,
and Batista, like you said.
Adam Cole, Hurricane, Andrade.
Yeah, I actually think like before we finish this off, I think Batista's coming back at the Royal Rumble. Yeah. He did post that tweet. I know like wrestlers like to tease things, but I told it to you before. I'm sure most of you have seen it, where WWE was posting a tweet because the other day was Batista's 50th birthday. Yeah, he's that old. So if he's gonna come back, it's got to be now because he's getting up there in age. He's in great shape, but still, when you're that old, it's not really great. The only wrestler I can think of that can really go at 50 is like Billy Gunn, but most of them.
Who is he fighting? I don't think Triple H is cleared.
I think if Batista, honestly, I think what I would personally do, because Triple H and Randy Orton are packed. I mean, Triple H is injured; he's not going to have a match, and Randy Orton and AJ should be a thing. It shouldn't be anything else. But if Batista's going to feud with anyone, honestly, I think Samoa Joe would be a good pick. I think Brock Lesnar would be a good pick. Someone like a big guy that matches his style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know what we should do before the Rumble? We should predict the Mania card that we think that's going to happen, and then predict it after the Rumble and see if it's similar.
Yeah.
I got the main event's a triple threat with the women.
Yeah.
We already know that.
That's gonna Rollins be last, and Brock, think, right?
Yeah, that's main eventing. I don't want it to main event because I'm going, and I'd rather just see Brock.
Who the hell is Daniel Bryan gonna fight?
I'm gonna just throw.
Because he just won a title. He could drop it to the Chamber, but I don't think that's happening.
No, he's not dropping it.
Because if Bryan's been champion for a while, maybe have like someone like a Samoa Joe win it. And then
he's fighting.
Yeah,
he's fighting Shinsuke. That's my prediction. And then
I think Braun. It's either Shinsuke or The Miz. It can't be anyone else.
Yeah, I think Braun is fighting McIntyre at Mania.
I just don't want Shinsuke to turn face because I love that Japanese rap song so much. I don't want it to go away.
Dude, Shinsuke needs to turn face because this heel run. Shinsuke hasn't had a bad run in WWE. But after the WrestleMania, after his feud with Styles, then it became like lackluster. But before then, he had an amazing run. He fucking Money in the Bank, wins the Rumble. He had matches with Jinder Mahal for the title, although they weren't the best, but that's not his fault.
Yeah. I think the women, I don't know who, like we were talking about this earlier, no idea who Asuka's going to fight. I think we'll just have a better idea after the Rumble. I don't think we should be too ahead of ourselves. Like, obviously, the Universal match is a lock. The women...
You don't know that, bro.
Match is a lock.
You don't know the Universal match is a lock because people are... And there's some validity to this.
They're saying that they're not too high.
Lesnar and Strowman.
Yeah.
Lesnar and Strowman. And I don't want that. I really don't like Strowman.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. And then remember, we also have an Intercontinental Champion, Bobby Lashley, but he just won it, so they didn't put him on the card.
He's fighting The Miz. He's fighting Finn at Mania.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's fighting.
Maybe we'll just make a WrestleMania prediction video later, so we don't make this thing too long. But I think that's pretty much it with the Royal Rumble. You have anything else to add? To
It's gonna be a good pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. I think Takeover's gonna be great too, like we said earlier. So that's about it, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so am I. I can't wait.